With a new month comes new games. Hey guys, it's Frankly Games, and these are the 6 games I think you should check out. Boomerang X is the first indie title in a while that's actually got my attention. It's a fast paced action game that's kinda a cross between a first person shooter and an endless dungeon crawler. Now, instead of just a regular weapon like a gun or a sword, you have a magical boomerang. And this boomerang can do one or two things. It can act as a regular boomerang, where you throw it and it comes back to you, or it can act as a grapple, and you instantly teleport to wherever you throw it. Now, this is where the quick decision making is key, as hordes of enemies will be launching themselves toward you, and you have to decide on which is the most proficient way to deal with all of these enemies. I've never seen a game quite like this before in terms of graphics and gameplay, and honestly, that's what caught my attention with this game. The second game is Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin, and the demo was really fun to play. So the demo came out on June 25th, I believe, and honestly, I really haven't put it down yet. So this is my first Monster Hunters game, and I don't really know if Monster Hunter Stories 2 is a sequel to Monster Hunter Stories, but I hear that it's going to be its own standalone game. Now, what I really like about this game so far is the JRPG aspect of the game. It seems like a perfect blend between Pokemon and Monster Hunter. You have the combat mechanics and typings similar to Pokemon, while also having famous monsters from the Hunter series. Not only that, but when the full game releases, it seems like the monster riders and the monster hunters will have a clash of ideals, and I'm really curious to see how that pans out. Monster Hunter Stories 2 is going to be coming out on July 9th, and I honestly can't wait for this game. So, probably one of the most anticipated games for this month is Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. Now, everyone really talks about how good Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are, and yes, they were phenomenal games. I'm not saying anything bad about them. But I gotta give it to Skyward Sword when it comes down to the lore and the villains. So, in terms of lore, Skyward Sword pretty much set the bar for Zelda games across the board, as it does tell how Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf really came to be. And in Skyward Sword, the villains are personally one of my favorite from the entire Zelda series. Nintendo also states that this game is going to feature some quality of life improvements, such as having the option to turn off motion controls, refinement to player tutorials, and so on. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD comes out on July 16th. Next up is Samurai Warriors 5, and this is the newest installment of the Samurai Warriors series, but it also acts as a reboot to the series. Now, admittedly, I don't know much about the Samurai Warriors series at all, but it's going to be coming out on PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox, and the Nintendo Switch. Sadly, it won't be coming out on the newest hardware, but honestly, since hardly anyone has the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, I don't think people will be too disheartened about this. Samurai Warriors 5 comes out on July 27th, and this might be the perfect time for me to pick up the series. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles is probably by far one of the most recognizable evidence gathering games in existence. So obviously it's not an action-packed game, but what it does lack in action, it more than makes up for that in courtroom drama. In fact, these games actually have countless memes surrounding them just because of how over the top these games actually are. But this game changes it up a bit. So instead of focusing on Phoenix Wright, you're focusing on his ancestor, Ryusuke Naruhodo. So obviously I can't pronounce his name. However, you'll be following clues to discover certain lies and truths the other characters are spreading. And the cool thing about this game is it's actually a collection of two Ace Attorney games, which are both set in a completely different era from past installments. Also, going along with that, each game will have 5 episodes of crazy drama suspense for you to gobble up. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles releases on July 27th. And finally, we have Pokemon Unite. So this game reminds me of games like League of Legends, where it's going to be a 5v5 format, and each player gets to pick which Pokemon they want to be. It looks like this is going to have some of the classic Pokemon elements like battling, catching, and even evolving certain Pokemon, all the while having to work as a team to reach the end goal. This game seems like it's going to be relying a lot on strategy, and I think that's good for the Pokemon series. Now, in past iterations of Pokemon games, there were strategies involved. However, Pokemon Unite, I personally think will just take that to a whole new level, and I'm very curious to see how this will develop not only in Pokemon Unite, but in future Pokemon games. This game is going to be coming out sometime in July, and hopefully it's going to be sooner than later. All right, so that's all I have for you guys today. In the comment section down below, please let me know which games that you guys are going to be picking up. And like and subscribe for more content like this. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later.